Hello my Wolfpack and welcome back to another episode of our Pokemon Competitive Guide video. So today we're covering Palkia. Palkia is pretty cool, a Dragon Steel type mon, so only weak to Dragon type moves and Fairy type moves, which is really cool. Obviously just a really powerful version of Kingdra. Now this has some amazing stats. It has base 90 in its HP, which is probably its most lackluster stat, but with base 100 defense and 120 special defense, it's still capable of living hits. Base 100 speed is actually pretty cool because it allows it to outspeed the Pokemon that are base 90 and 95, which there are quite a few of them. We've also got things like Mewtwo, which is a little bit faster, but you can run like a Choice Scarf and outspeed a lot of those Pokemon. And base 150 in your special attack, which is pretty big. It is really quite large and allows you to hit really hard on different Pokemon. And base 120 in your attack stat also is really large, meaning you can hit different Pokemon for quite a lot of damage. Now, there are 3 sets of Palkia, but before we get started today, if you scroll down, click the like button, also subscribe, it will get you notified for when the future competitive guide videos come out. And we are in the Uber zone now, so I think all the remaining ones except for one are going to be Uber's Pokemon. So, today we have got a Choice Scarf Palkia to start off with. +1 in the speed, gives you obviously the ability to outspeed the majority of Pokemon that are in Ubers, unless they're a Choice Scarf themselves. Ability-wise, going for Pressure. Pressure is the only ability you can use in singles. If you're going for doubles, it does get Telepathy. Telepathy can definitely be a really beneficial ability for it in doubles, so that's the one you want to go for. But Pressure is the only one that can be used. Now, in Ubers, it's not the worst thing because you have got a lot of Pokemon that have 5 PP moves or 8 PP moves if it's increased, and they will obviously deplete a lot quicker if you've got that pressure, and a lot of the kind of specific moves that these Pokemon have, so for example Spatial Rend, they only have 5 or 8 PP at maximum, so that pressure allows them to decrease quite quickly. But yeah, Pressure is the ability on this. I've got Spatial Rend, powerful Dragon type attack, hits really hard, high critical hit ratio, it's base 100 in power, it is 95% accuracy though, so it's not the best thing in the world, but at the same time it's unlikely to miss very often, so the accuracy there is pretty darn good. Other move-wise, we've got Earth Power, which is a powerful ground-type attack. It hits a variety of different Pokemon, including things like Steel-type Pokemon. You've got Flamethrower, powerful Fire-type attack. Again, just hitting that coverage for a few different Pokemon. And finally, Thunderbolt, powerful Electric-type attack, just covers things like Veltal, which is obviously a Flying type, and just different damage on some different Pokemon. Just gives you a lot of coverage on those 4 different moves there. Obviously, if you're going to be locked into one, it's nice to have the ability to choose one that is going to cover the majority of the Pokemon you're up against. You could always go for Choice Specs in this scenario if you wanted to instead. It's definitely an option, but it's up to you if you want to go for that. EV-wise, gone for max special attack and max speed with a timid nature, so more speed, less attack. That would allow you to be faster than those base 100 Pokemon that might be Choice Scarf that are in this tier, but you could also go for the modest nature, so more special attack, less attack. If you're going for a Choice Specs variant, you might want to go for the max speed with a timid nature, or you might want to go for a max HP, max special attack set, but just bear in mind your defenses are not going to live too many attacks in that scenario unless you're running like Sticky Webs or some kind of like Thunder Wave to slow down the opposing team in some way. Moving on to the second Palkia, I have gone for a Hyper Voice Throat Spray set. Throat Spray, in my opinion, is a fantastic item. +1 in your special attack at base 150 special attack means it's going to hit really hard, and honestly Hyper Voice is a really fantastic move. It's normal type, base 90 power I think. Yeah, base 90 power, so it does hit hard naturally. Neutral on anything except for Ghost, Steel and Rock. Now I don't think there are any Rock type Pokemon in Ubers. There might be one, but off the top of my head I don't think there are any Ubers Rock type Pokemon. So that immediately takes rid of that. Steel types, you've only got a couple of Steel types in there, which the Hyper Voice will be not very effective against. And then Ghost types, I think there's only one Ghost type in Marshadow, but there might be more. Giratina as well, actually, so there are a couple, but you should be able to set up a Hyper Voice quite easily, is what I'm trying to suggest here. Spatial Rend again, because it's its amazing stab, Dragon type attack, which hits really hard. Surf, Powerful water type attack boosted by stab, hits again really hard on different Pokemon, and as it's boosted by stab it will do more damage. And then we've got Thunder Wave, which allows you to paralyze the opposing Pokemon, halving their speed and obviously having the opportunity to fully paralyze them, which can definitely help in your favour, especially if they are over base 100 speed. So the idea here would be to get your Hyper Voice set up, get your Throat Spray activated, and then go for the Thunder Waves, trying to slow down the different Pokemon, possibly fully paralyze them, and then you can go ham with your attacks basically. EV-wise, there are a couple of ways of running this. One way is max special attack, max speed with a timid nature, so more speed, less attack, 4 EVs and special defense, or a modest nature, so more special attack, less attack. Or you could run this as max HP, max special attack with a modest nature there, so again, kind of that max special attack, lowering down the attack a little bit, and that would allow for you to do as much damage as possible whilst taking a few hits, because when you get that Thunder Wave going, most Pokemon will be slower than you when they've got that half speed, so that could work really nicely in your favour. Moving on to the third Palkia, I have put the Lustrous Orb on this thing, although Lustrous Orb, it's not the best item. It's not the best item. It basically gives you a 1.2 times in your water type moves and your dragon type moves. Now, I've not even got a water type move on here. I just wanted to show off the fact that it does get Lustrous Orb as an item, but I personally would probably go for something like Life Orb over it. Life Orb, whilst it does take 10% of your health, you get 1.3 times damage, and it hits quite hard. Only in very specific situations would the Lustrous Orb be a better choice than other things. You've got Choice Band as an option as well to hit a little bit harder, or like Choice Specs, but Lustrous Orb is an option. It is an option that you can run. On here we've got a Dynamax set, so the idea here would be Brick Break turns to Max Knuckle, increasing up your attack stat by 1 stage. Obviously the Brick Break can then break things like screens if you're dealing with them. You've got Dragon Claw, which turns to Max Wormind, lowering down the attack of the opposing Pokemon, and also just being a strong stab Dragon type attack. Dual Wing Beat, which turns to Max Airstream, increasing up your speed by 1 stage, so you can be a fast sweeper at this point. And then Earthquake, which turns to Max Quake, increasing up your special defense by 1 stage, obviously giving you a +1 there. And it hits really hard on a lot of different Pokemon. So for example, if you have a Dialga or a Zacian or something, that Earthquake is super effective against them because they're Steel type Pokemon. And then not to mention, like if you're running a Primal Groudon, or if they're running a Primal Groudon, sorry, that Earthquake again is super effective against them. You could always run a Water type attack, potentially to set up the Rain, or you could go with like Kyogre to give you some support with Rain, possibly, but that's something that you might want to consider. EV's gone for max attack and max speed with a Jolly nature, so more speed, less special attack, and 4 EVs in special defense. You could always run Adamant if you wanted to. It's up to you at this point what you decide you want to go with. Anyways, that is all for Palkia, so I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please do like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Anyways, I'm out of here, so have a good one, and I'll see you soon.